the embrace of silence and stillness. Heavenletter number 5664. May 28, 2016. Remember, you are not a performer, yet you are a doer. To one degree or another, you are a doer. A doer gets things done. However, everyone is a beer. Everyone is. Everyone on earth, of necessity, exists. This has to be. It is not by edict that everyone must be. It is by nature that everyone is a being. It is your nature. I bequeathed being to you. Even so, activity is part of life. In terms of the world, you have to be doing something. You are not a sculpture that cannot move of its own volition. It is not a fantasy that you are deep silence and stillness, and you also move around. You may do push-ups or twiddle your thumbs. You may move your eyebrows. You may pose. You may steal. You may squander. Nevertheless, underlying your activity and noise, you are the utter embrace of silence and stillness. No matter what a doer you may be, you are, also, the stillness of being. There are no exceptions. You could be a non-stop talker, yet you are stillness. I am not speaking of something you ought to adhere to. I am speaking of you as you are. You cannot change this. You may not be aware of your stillness, yet it is infallible that you are stillness. You cannot be otherwise. This is your truth. No matter what, you cannot depart from this truth of being. If you were music, this is the tune and beat that you are. Only you can play your strain of music. Being cannot exactly be called your destiny because it is already the case that you are established in being. Your specific world destiny may well not yet be evident, or it may. Your particular destiny on earth may not yet be a fait accompli. You may not yet know during your lifetime how to expressly pick out your greatest deed or function on earth. It could even be something you might not have noted. You do not always know where you stand in the history of the world. It can even be said that you are the last to know, or, while on earth, you may never know your unique contribution. What you can know is that you were born for something and that you are irreplaceable. There is no one else just like you. There is no one else who can fulfill your express destiny. You may even sit around thinking you have no great purpose in your life or any worthwhile purpose. You may perhaps just sit around waiting to let go of your life on earth. You may have no idea what star you serve, or that you serve any star in this universe. Nevertheless, every soul on earth serves a significant purpose in the evolution of the world. You might assume that Christopher Columbus's great purpose was to discover the Americas and show the world that the earth was round, not flat. From earth, you may not know. Certainly, Abraham Lincoln contributed to the unwinding of slavery and the haughty assumption that any human being can be less than a soul that I, God, created in love and gave free will to. And there was the Dutch boy who put his finger in a hole in the dike and held back a flood and became a hero. Who knows whether that was the boy's great deed or another more subtle, perhaps. Yet a great destiny does not have to be identified as a physical event of magnitude. Somewhere, somehow, in every life on earth, there is something gracious, or even noble. Perhaps, even one smile, one thought, one perception that raises life higher for even one other individual. I will tell you a secret. You have or will render more than one great deed or understanding that has brightened or will brighten another soul on earth. You have blessed another, and will, knowingly or unknowingly, bless another and perhaps another, and so lift the world to new heights. Remember, this is not a performance we speak of. This is a rising of consciousness. This blessing of the rising of consciousness enters the world through you. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. Heavenletters.org